me see. All right.
Hi, Cortina.
All right. Hey, y'all. So nice to see you all.
Uh-oh, I popped up.
Oh,
Is my phone muted or?
you are, but we can hear you. We can hear you now.
I'll be able to show my face momentarily.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are you saying something, Zandra?
I
can't
am.
hear you.
Can y'all hear me? Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like,
I
think.
I can hear you now. I couldn't hear you at all.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Awesome. Okay, we're gonna be starting in just 1 minute. Let me create this QR code. I'm the QR queen. Admit.
Back on third.
All right.
We'll make a phone.
All right, it's 6 o'clock on the dot. I love to start on time. It's the one thing that I pride myself, because I'm always fashionably late, but I like to start on time when I'm doing a program, because your time is important to me. And I want to make sure that I honor that and potentially even give you back some time. America's Supermom or Cortina. Cortina, could you help me maybe? I'm gonna make you co-host so that you could let people in. I'm gonna also make you co-host to America's Supermom. Y'all can be working together. Hold on. Let me do that. And I'm gonna let them. All right, cool. Okay. And then I think somebody just came in. People are coming in everywhere, so let's admit all. Okay. Dr. Madeline Lewis is going to be here. That's awesome. I was just speaking on her stage. So, okay, let's get started, you all. Welcome to Monetize and Maximize Your Content. And I am Zandra Evans. I'm the founder and CEO of Zandra TV Network here in Dallas, Texas. And, you know, as new services come up, this is a new beginning for us. We kind of had it in the works all the time, but our claim to fame is we have a Producers Academy where we teach you how to become a TV producer and then how to monetize your content on TV. We as entrepreneurs are leaving behind so much potential revenue on the table. So I am passionate about it, and I'm on my personal crusade to help you understand how you can leverage TV. For the first time in history, the playing field has been leveled, that you, yes, you, and anybody else that wants to be on TV can be on TV. Now, it's not always going to remain that way. So you got to know that the game is going to change. So the early adopters are the ones that are really make out. So I'm going to go through about roughly, like I said, about roughly 20 or so slides. I want to leave enough time on the table because I really want you to be able to ask me questions. So hopefully thumbs up from somebody, you can see my screen, and we are ready to go. Thank you, Gwen. So this whole presentation is going to be, I tell people all the time, I do not have informationals or I should say sales calls that are disguised as an informational. This is an informational. This is actually what I have learned over time. And I believe that it is my duty and my responsibility to share with you what I've learned when it comes to streaming TV. I've been in this business well over 6 years. I was doing streaming when nobody was talking about it. So we're going to be talking about micro network tonight, because what I found is that people want to own their own network. But when you think about the thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars it takes to own your own network, what if I could create something that you could actually begin your micro network in a safe environment that already has multiple international awards, that already has momentum, so that you could gain momentum yourself and then eventually maybe even own your own channel. And we've got a great way for that to happen as well. So our agenda tonight is, I've already welcomed everybody. If you want to drop in the chat your name and where you're calling in from, that would be wonderful. You know, who and what is Zandra TV? Because I know that a lot of people, I heard of Zandra TV, or I haven't heard of Zandra TV. So I want to go through that tonight. And then I want to talk about some foundational principles. I want to talk to you about why streaming TV now, because it's now. It's not later. It's not next year. It's really now. And then I want to bring it together and show you how it all works. I want to leave time for Q&A, and then we'll talk about next steps. So let me start out with the vision of this company, because I think that people really think that I left corporate America. I spent 40 years in corporate America. I had never lost a job. I got laid off and I was skipping the halls, you all. So I was like, well, something's wrong with me because everybody else is crying. I'm passing out tissues. But what I figured out is that I had an exit strategy. And so 8 years ago, had an exit strategy to leave corporate. And whenever I was going to leave corporate America, that I was going to do the things that I did well. And so a couple of things that I do well is I'm a motivational, inspirational speaker. Give me a mic in my hand in front of thousands and I wouldn't be afraid. So y'all don't give me the mic. I got the mic tonight, but at least it's not in my hand. And I wanted to be a best-selling author, did that. And I wanted to help women of color, especially, be able to really harness their energy and their creativity and be able to become an equitable member in the boardroom, but more importantly, how to keep that position in the boardroom. Because I watched it for 40 years, people in and out, in and out. But I was fortunate enough to stay at the boardroom table. So then I felt like I knew how to teach other people to do that, and I did that. Later on is when TV came up. So our parent company is actually called Zeds Corp, and that's ZEDSCORP. That company was really, you know, when we sunrised it, we decided we wanted to be a cost-effective global platform for small business owners, so that they could be heard, be seen, and grow. Now, at the time we were talking about that, we didn't have TV. What we were doing is we were doing educational platforms, meaning that we had training that we were doing. We had brand awareness, marketing and advertisement, and we also had small business development, because we believe that small businesses always got left behind. So we didn't want that to happen, and we wanted to be instrumental. You know, streaming TV didn't come in until about 15 months after I had been an entrepreneur. And really the way it happened is somebody in Chicago, I live in Dallas, by the way, somebody in Chicago told somebody in Atlanta that I'd make a great talk show host, and I'd never done that in my life. And I said, okay, well, cool. Really? I don't know. Who told you that? So, you know, I'm a praying woman, so I prayed about it, and I got the unction that I should buy it. And so I did. I bought my first channel 7 years ago now. And I say 7.5 years because for the first 15 months of getting the channel, I was in the wilderness and really didn't know what to do. I was like, what do I do with this thing? When I got the channel, I was like, I thank God for millennial children. I was like, can y'all tell me how to see myself on TV? How to see this TV? And so they told me, Mommy, you have to go get a Roku box and you got to get a Roku stick. And I was like, okay, now I understand. So I started to learn this business. So now streaming TV has become really, I would call it our foundation of what we do. And the reason being is because this is the thing that will separate you from all of the gray noise on social media. Everybody is out there preaching, teaching, giving away their content. I'm going to talk to you tonight about your intellectual knowledge because your intellectual knowledge is worth something and you shouldn't freely just give it away. And so we'll talk about that. So streaming TV came into play. And I can tell you this, we were not, let me go back. Oh, I didn't went 2 or 3 slides up. I don't know how that happened. It just did. Let me see if I can go back, y'all. I don't want to. Okay. Oh, there we go. All right. So, you know, when streaming TV came into play for us, you know, I didn't think anything about having a network, and I didn't think anything about being a multiple international award-winning network. And I thought nothing about that I was going to prepare entrepreneurs to become TV producers and teach them how to make money on TV. That was not the plan. I just had a TV show, a couple of TV shows, and I was going to be on TV. And I was like, this is cool, right? I'll be a coach on TV. So then I started coaching from TV. That's what I was doing. And then all of this came together. So we've had the Academy since 2020. Now I'm going to tell you a little story about that because stories really paint the picture for you to understand. In 2019, I, in my gut, I felt that I was supposed to build a network and I was supposed to train people. And I didn't know who those people were. At that time, I probably had 30 different episodes of a show called Real Biz Talk and maybe about 10 episodes of Fireside Chat with Zandra. But I was like, okay, I'm going to build this network. So we did. You know what happened in 2020? The pandemic happened. Uh, and I have a physical studio in Dallas, and they weren't talking about waiving, waiving any rent at the beginning. So I was like, okay, what am I going to do? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to invite some people that said they wanted to be on my network when I didn't have one. And it was about 7 people. And 5 of them joined immediately. But I have to give God the glory. In less than 30 days, I had 12. And so those 12 people went through the academy, which is done virtually by Zoom. So I sent them through the academy. And while I was working with them, another list of 12 was building on the wait list. And so just to shorten the story up, we have had 6 seasons of the Academy since 2020, and we are starting the 7th season tomorrow. And we've got people signed up for that, and we're probably going to end up with about 12 in that group too. So we're excited about what we're doing at Zandra TV to equip entrepreneurs to be able to be effective on TV. So obviously we're on Roku, Amazon, and Apple. We are also on Comcast Cable regionally back east. We have 24/7 streaming, meaning that we are on demand, but we also have live TV. So all of our producers, and by the way, we have well over 60 producers that produce content. All of those producers have a live TV showing every single week so that they can promote, hey, go check me out live on TV. That really is a distinguishing factor. And I don't think, now I'm gonna tell you, I don't think nobody wake up going like, I want to be a TV producer, because I didn't. So you probably woke up this morning talking about, I want to be a TV producer. But you know what? It separates you and it creates that level of gravitas that you need in order to elevate your brand and your business. So we are a home for content creators and distribution access. I'm saying that because we have the biggest distribution in TV, which you'll see in a few moments. We've been 6 years strong in streaming TV, 60 plus TV radio producers, and 105 different channels in categories that are part of Zandra TV Network. And so we're excited about what we're doing. We have coined ourselves as the home of positive programming. Now, remember I said I was going to tell you about, we're on multiple Amazon, Roku, and Apple. I think that that's a critical, most important piece of the conversation. Most people are on Roku, or they might be on Roku, Apple, and Amazon Fire. They might even be on Google Play, but it's one. They're only on one of each of those. What makes us different is that we're on multiple Apple, multiple Amazon, and multiple Roku. So what that means for us is all of those other networks are promoting us for us. They're promoting for us. And so that's a beautiful thing. And so that really makes us stand, kind of stand out. If you think about the market, just the streaming market in general, it's massive worldwide, you all. It is the only thing that is going to allow you to actually, be able to stream anywhere, anytime. People in Africa got a phone. If you got a phone, you can get on TV now. Now listen here. 7 years ago when I was talking about this and I was saying, yeah, everybody's going to be watching TV on their phone. And people were looking at me like, yeah, they were smiling, but in their eyes, they were saying, you need to go get you a job. People are not going to be looking at TV on their phone, woman. And so now some of those same people are knocking at the door saying, okay, listen, I was wrong. Everybody's looking at TV on their phone. My prediction is in the next 3 to 4 years, nobody will be fitting up their home in the bedrooms with big screen TVs because this phone it suffices for a TV. So does a tablet and so does a laptop. So if I was a manufacturer of TVs, I'd be worried. But by the same token, you have to consider this. If TVs are coming out of the box and they're already preloaded with Roku, my question to you tonight is, why are you not on there? Because that is how people are ingesting information. And unless you start making your mark now, you're going to get left behind. And I'm really not fond of that. So when you look at the number of streaming users, it amounts to around 3.5 billion in 2023, and it's forecasted to increase in the coming years. So it's not gonna be less, it's gonna be more. And so Zandra TV is really after captivating the market for positive programming. This is not a network where it is okay to have negative programming and throwing drinks and profanity. This is positivity, learning how to live your life, because we believe that if we can equip you, you can live a better life. And so that's what we're after. So I want to do a little bit of this because I think y'all need to understand. Some of y'all on the call tonight, I bet y'all grew up with watch TV when I tell you to. When the network says to watch it, is how I grew up. I grew up with rabbit ears, and sometimes, most of the time, I was the remote control. I had to get up and turn the channel. And then I would try to walk away, and you know what would happen? My parents would say, go back, because they want to see what's going on. And it's something I had on my clothes that made it come in clear. I don't know if anybody can relate to that, but I'm telling you, that's what happened to me. This day is over with. I usually like to see a show of hands. How many people got a VCR? People ain't got no VCR no more. Nobody is recording TV. There is no need to record TV because TV now is watch when I want, not when you tell me to. So I don't care that the network is going to have it on at 8 p.m. at night, because I can catch it anytime, any day of the week, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That is how people are ingesting information. And if you don't figure out how you're going to play in this, I promise you, it is a slow leak to going out of business. Period. You have to have a digital footprint. You must have a digital landscape, and you've got to have a digital strategy. Now, that's all it is to it. And again, I'm not selling you, I'm telling you. This is absolutely an informational. I'm not asking you for anything other than to consider really what's going on in the industry. Open your eyes, open your heart, open your mind to receive what we have tonight. So, freedom of expression and speech is bigger than it's ever been, y'all. I mean, everybody got something to say. I think the pandemic propelled us into everybody being a star. We all stars. Everybody got some message they got to say, and they're going live on Facebook. And people even calling, they say that they own, they're on TV. They got a TV show, and they say that, and it's on Facebook. That ain't no TV show. That's a Facebook show. You know, people say that I'm on TV and I got a LinkedIn show. That's a LinkedIn show. You cannot be on TV on LinkedIn. Okay, so that's not TV. But people are calling it that. And then people like to talk about YouTube. And you know, I got, you know, YouTube. Well, everybody got a YouTube. It's free. Yes, it's free. We all have a YouTube, but are we effectively using our YouTube? Because YouTubes are for shorts. And I'm going to show you in a minute some statistics that's going to rock your world. I want you this year, 2024, new beginnings. I want you to start thinking differently about how you're going to show up in the world. And your world cannot be your local neighborhood. It must be global. Why? Because we are in a global e-commerce environment. So you got to be able to tap in, y'all. So everybody is creating information and they're doing it. They got a video camera. They got their phone in a light ring. You know, we got producers on TV. So it's, you know, take one, you know, people on YouTube. But the thing I want to draw your attention to tonight is the video era of what we used to call Spotify as a audio cast. It was only your voice. It was not video. Why do you think Spotify is going into video podcasts? Because video accounts for 82% of the internet traffic. And they got to do something. And we're going to see everybody try to follow. But the problem is, it's still just one unit of measure. So what's happening, if you have a podcast today, it is you and your guest. And you and your guests, you know, might get a few likes and might get a few views once that audio cast lands. But it's just those two people. You don't have a plethora of people to help you. And so our core belief is we are stronger together. So this whole thing about a micro network is about how do we come together, curate our content together so that we can rise together. So we're going to talk about that and how it works because it's amazing. Now, here's another thing. And probably some of this, I'll probably need to update this slide, tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. But you got to know that social media is saturated. Now, listen, I think about 7 years ago. And when I finally, understood, of course, y'all, let me just tell y'all, my name is Zandra. So my kids was like, Mommy, you got to get on Facebook Live and you have to do this. And I was like, come on now, my name is Zandra. Everybody gonna know me. It's cool. And about 6 months in, I said, they're right. I got to get on. And so I got on Facebook and I started doing lives and I'd have Saturday morning lives. And you know what? In a day, I could get 650, 750, 850, sometimes thousands of people that would actually see my video. And I was like, yes. I felt like I'd arrived. Now I'm a multiple international award-winning network. I post on social media every day. And I'll do good if I do a video and get 300. I'm doing good. And if y'all shake your head, y'all know I'm telling the truth. But why? Because the algorithms are changing by the second, and you got to be able to do. I got to interact with them. Well, in a minute, you ain't gonna have no business because all you doing is social media and interacting with people and answering what they say. And they make all of the rules in the middle of the night when we're sleeping, and we get up to a whole new ball game the next day. And I'm like, oh gosh. So it's saturated, and if you are depending on any of the social platforms to be the place where it is going to give you that level of gravitas that you need, I beg to differ. It is not going to do that for you. 3 billion active users on Facebook, and we all got about 155 friends. Now, some of us got more than that. But when you post them videos, you know how many people are looking at you. It ain't going viral. That's what I can tell you. There's over 2 billion people on IG with about 150 followers and about 950 million people on LinkedIn. So you think about all these millions, y'all. But here's the thing. I talk about a digital footprint because 8+ billion Google searches are performed daily. So my question is, how many are you showing up in? Now, people like to say, well, Zandra, the reason why you're the first 20 pages of Google is because your name is Zandra. That ain't why. It's because I feed the animal. Google is a big animal that you got to keep feeding, but you can't feed them the same thing. I just can't feed them Facebook. I'm giving like, huh, we're going to post one or two. You got to feed it in every area. When Google first started, it was one sheet. It was nothing but the news, y'all. And the font was as big as this font on this slide right now. I'm dating myself, but I don't care. Now you look on Google and it's got sections. It's got images and videos. They're tracking videos. 80% of the internet traffic is videos, not this video. Ain't nothing wrong with it because we need those, right? But we're talking about professional video that can be actually translated and used effectively, right? Sometimes I use translation on LinkedIn. And I said, boy, they messing up everything. It ain't right. And I don't have time to try to go in and correct it and whatever else. But if you have a professional video, it's going to come out right. And so you need that in your life. And then there's 400 million podcasts, y'all. 400 million podcasts that launch every month. Wow. How are you going to be heard, be seen, and grow? In my mind, you should be thinking about that right now. Like, oh my, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? So if you think about it, 141, right, is the average podcast downloads every 30, after 30 days. You get 141. 141. And yet when sometimes people will come to TV and go like, well, how many people gonna see me? And I'm like, really? And now I'm supposed to have optics in people's homes. I can tell you what the reach is, but 141 downloads ain't very much after 30 days. And then if you look at the 1% of the top podcasts, they're getting about 50,000 downloads a year, right? Not the average person on this call ain't getting that, period, right? And then here's a fact. The fact is people are still listening to AM and FM radio. Oh, really? 91% of Americans are still listening to AM, FM radio because they have this thing with the DJ. So DJs have won the game. People are still listening to the radio. Now, let's talk about how long they listen to the radio. I mean, they might listen to the radio for, I'll always like from 8 to 8:10. And then what do they go to? They go to whatever in their car, Pandora, Cyrus, they're all over the place. They're not listening to the news in depth. So even commercial advertisement from a from a radio perspective is not what it used to be. All right, here's the reality. And now this is a mind blower, y'all. There's 4 million podcasts, right, a month that are they hitting, boy, 4 million. Out of that 4 million, the top 50% of podcasts only get greater than 30 downloads. And the top 1% gets about 4,000 or more. Remember that number of 50,000 in a year? And 98% of the podcasts don't charge or don't make any revenue at all. So then I'm thinking, you giving away your diamonds for free? Your intellectual knowledge is worth something. So here's the fact, y'all. Check out the facts. The facts is the facts. 73% of consumers prefer to watch a short form video. So now I don't, let me tell you something. I'm gonna be honest with you. Gary Vee, I always say I'm probably the woman version of Gary Vee without the profanity. Because he got that short form video situation down, but I think I got it down too. There is not a social platform that I use for long form video. Period. End of discussion. I am going to use short form video to drive you to TV. Why? Because I can control that environment. I can't control the environment on these social platforms. If they decide to take my content, I'm done. Unless you have recorded it and put it on doing all the backup to backup, right? Almost 60% of short videos are watched for 41 to 80% of their length. But why? Because they're usually 30 to 40 seconds, maybe a minute, but it's under a minute, y'all. So what does that tell you? That tells you short form, quick and to the point works. 30% of short videos now are watched more than 80% of their length, right? And the average user spends 88% more time on a website with a video. Okay, so the producers that might be on this call, tell me why I actually said we're going to embed live TV on your personal websites, on your business websites, because I know that they're going to stay on your website longer, which means that they're going to poke around and potentially do business with you. It's not to watch the TV that comes up in the corner, it's to keep them on your website. And this is the proof. The average user spends 88% more time on a website with a video. Come on, y'all. That's big. That's big. We all should have embeds on our website. So here's another thing. Let's just talk about the landscape is changing, y'all. If you don't think that podcast and audiocast is changing, you are sorely mistaken. So I want you to understand why you should consider adding video and TV in 2024. Because global video in 2020 was $238 billion worth, meaning commercial advertisements and sponsors, y'all. And you, yes, you, I'm talking to you, everybody on here, you're part of the creator economy. And it is projected that in 2024 alone, it's going to be over $325 billion spent on streaming TV. Now, here's the deal. I suggest, oh, my battery coming out. I highly suggest that you really look at streaming TV much more closely. Now, we can help you get paid and claim your share, but by 2027, and I'm telling you, 2027 gonna be in a minute, 476 billion is what this is worth. So now you either get in where you fit in, or you're gonna be like, now I really can't get in. You know, I think about I want to call it the top three. You know, we used to say, who were the big three in TV? CBS, NBC, ABC. They're not top three anymore, y'all. The top three is Amazon Fire, Roku, and Apple. Period. Because in order to see CBS, NBC, ABC, you got to have one of them devices. Or you're still on cable, and we know cable is going out of business, right? I mean, read the tea leaves and steep them, y'all. You got to do something different. Okay, this just further says, well, look at the revenue picture, will you? And I'm just going to start out at 2023 and show you that this blue bar is the OTT, which is over the top video advertising. We're talking about advertising now. Look at this bar and how it increases over time. So I'm looking at the dark blue bar and I'm looking at the green bar. But the one that I really want you to pay attention to is this light blue right on the top. It's called free ad supported streaming TV. It's called FAST. Do you see how fast it's going to grow? Well, Zandra, what does that really mean? Have you ever went into, I could think a whole bunch of channels that you could add. And in order to see the content, you got to put in your credit card. It's not free content. You see, FAST is coming because people want to just see TV for free. And by the way, when people are behind a paywall, so when you got to pay to see it, advertisers are not really excited about sponsoring your shows or getting a commercial, because only the people that pay will see the commercial. And so we are a FAST environment. We are free ad supported TV, because let me tell you, that's where the money is. Now I'm gonna draw some conclusion for you right now. Most of us on here probably know Gunsmoke. So I'm gonna use Gunsmoke because I like using Gunsmoke because it's 68 years old. Gunsmoke back in the day, 68 years ago, the commercials that was around Gunsmoke was things like Sugar Smacks, and everything was in black and white. It wasn't that many commercials. It might have been a milk commercial, but it was very limited. But here's the thing. The reason why WeTV still shows Gunsmoke today is because Gunsmoke is still making 6 to 7 figures on commercial advertisers. But the commercials are not from 68 years ago, they're current today. Because People want other people's audience. It doesn't mean that I'm gonna have immediate conversion, but if I have enough exposure to the audience of my choice, I can change the answer in my business. So it's still making money. So you are a content creator. Your content can live on for the rest of your life, and probably, your family's family, your grandkids, your kids, your grandkids, your grandkids can live on and still make money 50 years from now. So this is truly the gift that keeps on giving, and you need to think about how you're going to differentially play in this market. So I want to switch to indie filmmakers, because I got to talk to y'all. See, now now listen, I'm just telling y'all the information. I'm not, listen, I have an indie filmmaker on here. Cortina is on here. She has made her own film. She has directed, filmed, scripted. I think it's amazing. I always say I can't be on TV like that, because, I can't remember no lines. I'm going to want to say what I want to say. And they're going to be like, cut. That ain't what the script says. So, but indie filmmakers, like, you are the tomorrow of, the TV industry when we talk about film, right? But we got this thing all twisted. And so I'm trying to untwist your mind so that you can see what's really happening here. Now, we want to go to film festivals. Why do we want to go to film festivals? Because we want to win. And then when we win, what does it do for you? Somebody pick you up. Maybe you get picked up, and maybe you're going to be seen on things like Tubi and Fufu and all of them, that Pluto, and that's cool. But you're giving away your IK, your intellectual knowledge. I am trying to impress upon you tonight to own your own intellectual knowledge and property. Because all of these across the top can cancel you anytime they want to. All of these across the top gonna do probably not 1 ounce of advertisement for you, but all of those across the top are gonna cut your movie, cut into it, put in commercials, and keep the majority of the money. Does that make sense to you? Own your own content, distribute your own content, and get paid on your own commercial advertising. Why do you want to give that to somebody else? You don't need to. If you're going to be, a creative, then creatively manage your own. You have the ability to own you made the film, you get credit for the film. You can actually distribute your own film. You don't need to go to this one and that one and this one. Distribute your own film and make your own money off of commercial ads. But I want to tell you tonight, if you're an indie filmmaker and you're on here, I need you to start beginning with the end in mind. Well, what do you mean, Zandra? I mean that you should be filming and understanding where your natural breaks are for commercial ads, so that you can insert commercial ads all through your indie film and not have it be a cut-in. Cut-ins is it's so unprofessional. Let's get professional about what we do and stop doing cut-ins. Begin with the end in mind. Understand how many commercials you're going to have and figure out where the best commercial breaks are, and you make sure that you record that and know exactly where it is. Now, why? Because you don't want to do it afterwards going like, God, is this a good place to try to do a break? It's not good. It's just not good. So I see it on TV. And so I want to encourage you today. You do not have to continue to go down this thing of Tubis and Plutos and they cancel you. I met a man this week that was on Discovery. I won't tell you his name. Doing well. Had 1 season and they cut it. Now he's coming to me like, I want to executive produce. I want to own my own content. I want to distribute my own content. I want to get my own commercials. Because see, he got burned. What they'll say is, I'll give you this money and it's a 3-year contract and I got exclusivity on it. And you think that's good, but they're making all the money because they're putting in ads every 90 days in your content. They're rotating through that. And those ads are $10, $15, $20, $25, $30,000 an ad run for 90 days. They're making all the money. It's not fair. Own your content and your intellectual knowledge. Okay, went too fast. Now listen, we are in a digital society. If you don't think that this is not digital marketing at its finest, when I started the digital marketing company and advertisement 7 years ago, I didn't see this highway like this. I mean, it's like this today. I didn't see this coming. I just knew that I wanted to help entrepreneurs. That's what I knew I wanted to do. And I wanted to create my legacy around that. But here's the thing, smart TVs is really running this highway. There is a gazillion, not a million, not a big, a gazillion pieces of content out there, right? So we all talk about marketing advertisement and what it really means. Now, there's all kinds of advertisement on this page, you know, pay-per-click. I mean, we have bought into what the world is saying we should be doing. This is not about pay-per-click. You know, I don't care how much I pay. Well, I do care, but pay-per-click ain't it. You know, me having a targeted ad on one of the social platforms, well, that ain't it. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it. It's just not the catch-all be-all. And what we have done is we have bought into this mindset of this is all we can do. Because the first thing that comes to our mind is it free? How much is it gonna cost? Is it $5? Is it $20? Come on, stop asking the question and understand that you've got to do something significantly different if you want to grow your brand. Now, if you don't want to grow your brand, keep doing all this stuff and be like the woman in the middle at the bottom that's saying, help me. You know, just help me. I don't know what to do. I don't, you know, should I put it in the newspaper? Should I put it in a magazine? Should you know, you just all over the place. In fact, I saw somebody that I know that actually just did a billboard. I mean, are you kidding me? So only the people in that neighborhood in that one billboard is going to see you. So why wouldn't you do a digital commercial that could retarget people that is shown to on TV? I would much rather do that and know that 50,000 people are going to see me in 30 days. Because who over there clicking the cars is seeing it and actually doing something with it? Because I can tell you right now, it's not conversion. So let me tell you all that, what I just showed you, it all results in one big old goose egg, y'all. It's a goose egg. I'm sorry, it's a goose egg. It's a chicken egg. It's you can call whatever kind of egg you want to. We spend money. Oh, I could do this, and this will give me this, and I'll do this, and this will give me that, and all of it is zero. There is no. My phone is ringing off the hook, but we're okay with that because we paid little dollars. See that correlation, that mindset. I want to work on your mind tonight. That's not the way to look at it. So I want to remove some myths and I want to give you some facts. The myth is marketing and advertisement equals more immediate sales. That is a myth. It's not the truth. And conversion occurs immediately. That is not the truth. Now I want to talk to you about impulse buying and I want to talk to you about low ticket items because low ticket items are less risk and they sell a lot of it. Hey, and for the next 48 hours, you could get not, you know, the cream that is going to remove all wrinkles. We're going to throw in an extra bottle and we'll even pay the shipping and it's $19.99, $9.99. Do you know that we will buy that? And I guarantee you their return rate is probably at 0.1%. Ain't nobody returning that. It's more trouble for me to return it. It only costs $9. I'm throwing it in the trash. It doesn't work, right? So yes, that is impulse buying. That's impulse. That's okay. Yeah, that could help me. They hit all the pain points. They show you how bad somebody looks, and then you end up buying it. That's impulse buying, you guys. That is not immediate conversion. It's just impulse buying. We have gotten our terminology mixed up in our heads that we really don't understand. But here's the fact of the matter is, and I won't go over here to the facts. Marketing and advertisement is and has always been exposure. I'm gonna give you an example. Stanley Steamer, the carpet cleaner, and the guy that is local that doesn't have, you know, any, they don't have a van with a name on the side, but Stanley Steamer and the local guy, they use the same chemical. What is the difference between Stanley Steamer and the local guy? Stanley Steamer is on TV all the time. And if I ask anybody to hum the jingle, you know the jingle. Come on. Because it's been 50 years, the same jingle. I think they tried to change that. That's a mistake. But at any rate, when you think about carpet cleaning, you do think of Stanley, but you might not buy from Stanley. You might go to Groupon and see if I can get something less, and I might buy from them. And but if Stanley has a discount going on, I might go ahead and got a special discount. I'm gonna do it. But at the end of the day, marketing and advertisement is and has always been nothing but exposure. But here's the good news: more exposure increases the odds of conversion. You have to be out there. When I grew up, there were very few commercials, y'all. And I'm gonna date myself. I like to talk about Sizzler because I could remember that when I was growing up. And we would be like, oh God, the steak and the shrimp. And the shrimp looked so big. But when you got there, they were kind of a little tiny. But they looked so big, and you were like, oh, the next time we go out to eat, mommy and daddy, can we go to Sizzler? And and they would say yes, right? But not once when the Sizzler commercial came on TV did my mother and father jump up, put their clothes on, get in their car, and drive down to Sizzler to get a steak. You get a steak when you're hungry and you're in the neighborhood, or when you plan something. That's exposure marketing. The more you see it, the more you understand that I increase the odds of conversion. So I want to talk about repurposing and curating, because this is really important, that we understand the power of repurposing our content. I got content on TV from 7 years ago, 6.5 years ago. It's still on there. And people are still watching it. If you haven't had 100,000 views on any one video, do y'all know it's still new? So this is all about giving your content a new lease on life. And at the same time, maximize your potential reach. That's what we're trying to do. Owning your destiny and your revenue streams. That is what you have to do. It is high noon that y'all stop giving away all of your great content. Now, I'm not trying to tell you shouldn't give anything away, because I give away a lot of shorts. I will short you to death. I can say short on this, we got a short on that. I'm doing this. I do a lot of short stuff, but I don't do long form. I don't give it away, right? So now let's talk about micro network, because you need to understand what this is. We have created a way for you to showcase your brand, your products and services to a worldwide audience on TV, on Roku, Amazon, and Apple. So you can become a micro network owner if you want to, right? And you can then find like-minded and like-spirited people that have content as podcasters or content creators that say they got TV and they're just going live on Facebook or YouTube. YouTube people, there's just a lot of folks, right, with content. But let's say that I'm a food guy, because I just one of my clients that actually owns a restaurant is now becoming a producer. Now he's becoming a producer because he had a podcast, but he came to the studio and interviewed and said, I want to be a producer like this. I want to be in this studio and do that. So now he's becoming a producer, but he's also going to be a micro network owner. So what is he going to do? He's going to start his own food channel, and all different types of food people that are, have podcasts about food will be invited in to be a part of his show. But you're looking for like-minded, like-spirited content owners that would join your network, and you can have up to 12 like-minded, like-spirited people on your network. Now, listen, we're the home of positive programming. So, we're not having profanity and craziness and, no crazy TV, but good TV. Because we're the home of positive programming. So you can invite up to 12 people and then they become part of your micro network. Here's the beauty. All of y'all curate your content together and use one common URL to promote together. So now you're not in it by yourself, because today, as a podcaster, you're in it by yourself. You don't have 12 other people that's helping to promote you. So imagine having 12 other people promoting you, and not only that, having a network that is also promoting you. We have a pretty decent following, right? So you're not by yourself now. So now you're really getting your content out. And then the other thing that you could do is develop joint benefits packages together in your micro network. So I own the network. All of my people come together. We decide what we're going to do. It's amazing, y'all. Let me tell you. And we've got micro networks that have already started. The beauty of this model is that you start earning money immediately. The first like-minded or like-spirited person you add to your network, you're going to get paid. Well, you're probably wondering, what do you charge them? $3.95 a month is what you're going to charge them. And what you'll pay us is $195, just as an example. Okay? So if you're interested in having your own micro network, you can. But now listen here. I wrote a book, and I'm going to talk more about that in a little bit. There was this called The Power of Investing in You. It was a bestseller on Amazon, and I was excited about this book. I wrote this book, and it's a short read. I'm not selling the book. I ain't trying to get you to buy it. I ain't even trying to get you to go to Amazon and get it. That's not the point. The point is that when I was given this book 6 years ago, I was given this book to write because I believe that the most valuable asset and the true resource is you. It's not me, it's you. You are the most valuable asset. And if you don't invest in yourself, I'm wondering who is. It's not going to fall down from on high. It just isn't. You have to invest in yourself. And for people that are in corporate, I don't mind saying it. I was a corporate guru for 40 years of my life. But I will say all day long that if you've got a development plan with a corporation and 15% of that development plan is not focused on you becoming keener at what you're interested in, something's wrong. Because if they want to hire me as the most valuable asset, then they need to pour back into me, not just for the company, but for what I need as well. So you got to know, and you got to shift your mindset that you're worth it. Okay, so let's look at, there's 2 ways to get in. So this way is saying, no, I don't want to own. Listen, I do not want, I want to own, excuse me, I'm sorry. I want to own my own network. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So if you want to own your own network, the setup fee is $1,995. What do we set you up with? We're going to set you up with a TV tower. We're going to set up your portal so that you can upload your content. We're going to distribute you everywhere. We're going to do marketing literature to say that you are a part of this network. We're going to do a premiere of your show. We're going to help you plan all of these things, right? And then each content creator you pay us $195. You charge whatever you want to. This is your business. And so I'm not going to tell you what to charge. I gave you the example of $3.95. You to distribute the people that are on your micro network, it's $195 for every box. You have 12 boxes. But at the end of the day, you can charge what you would like to charge. We believe that everybody's content is different. So for me to say, oh, it's got to be $3.95. No, maybe it's $4.95. Maybe it's $9.95. I have somebody that has a growth and scaling podcast, and I think he's charging $900 a month for people to be on his podcast because of what they're doing and the influencers that are on his network. So you have to decide. Now, it starts out with 300 episodes. So we don't care how you use the 300 episodes. We're going to give you 300 episodes that you are going to be distributed on TV. You're going to have promotional activities. You're going to be involved in our, we have quarterly meetings, newsletters, training, the person that brings folks in. We have special training for you as the micro network owner, so you really get to understand that. But that's what it is, 300 episodes, and that's what it costs to get in. So then you might be saying, look, I do not want to do that. I just want to join somebody else's network, because you can do that too. So what you get is you can get up to 24 episodes if you're a content creator and you just want to get on an existing network. So we got the Purpose and Power Network. We got the Keep It Real TV network. We got Survivorizer network. We got all kinds of networks, y'all. So you can get on a network like that aligns with my content. I want to get on TV. It's a $500 setup fee, and it's $395 a month. That's what it costs to be on TV, right? But that's just not TV. It's benefits, y'all. You got to add in the benefits. The extension. You get to say, I'm a multiple international award-winning TV show. Anybody that is on Zandra TV gets to adopt all of our accolades. We believe in the adoption theory. Why wouldn't we? You don't have to be here to win the award. You have to be here and participate in streaming very good content so that we keep those awards, right? And we get more. And by the way, now our producers are winning awards as well. So it's pretty awesome, y'all. 24 episodes if you just want to be a content creator. So then you might think, okay, we talking about all that, but how will I create revenue? You're going to create revenue from sponsors and digital advertising. So what do I mean by that? Yep, you can get a sponsor for your show. You know, what makes you in a power seat here, y'all, is that now you're not just saying an audio cast, because at the end of the day, a podcast is audio. It's a hybrid radio. Well, that's what it is. Unless Spotify and you have audio and video there, but most podcasts is 100% audio. Well, now you're going to be able to charge more for sponsorship because you can do audio and audio video. So they can be on TV for 6 months or 3 months or 2 months, and then they can be on your podcast as well. So now your advertisers, the people that would get an ad, are going to get double the amount of possibility of being seen. That is amazing, y'all. I mean, utilizing what you already have. You also make money with appearance fees and celebrity speaking fees. And then we have affiliate services that you also can participate in and much more, right? So things like press releases and different things like that. So there's so many ways to be able to earn revenue. This is a year of newness, and so you really need to step in. Now, listen here, knowledge is power, but it's only power if you use it. See, people want to, knowledge is power. A lot of people got a lot of knowledge, but they haven't used it. And so knowledge that is not used is called information. You can get information all day long and do nothing, right? So knowledge is power, but it's only power if you use it. Now, I don't know who's on this call, but here's what I'm telling you. This is your moment. I'm not selling you, I'm telling you. Now, you can scan this if you're not on your phone, and you can scan, or you can go in the chat right now and enter your first name, last name, email address, and tell me who invited you. The reason why we're asking you to do that, if you're really interested, I'm talking about raise your hand in the air, wave like you just don't care. If you're interested in learning more and really getting down to this whole thing called streaming TV and making a difference in your trajectory, then I want you to go to the chat right now, locate the chat, put in your first name, last name, email address, and who invited you here tonight. And what we will do is send you a link to schedule a discovery call, one-on-one, just, because to me, this is a floodlight approach. I'm telling everybody what you need to know, but we would love the opportunity to meet with you one-on-one. So locate the chat now, and please put your information in the chat if you're interested in learning more, because I can only do so much on this call. We're almost out of time. If you want to scan it, you can scan it. You can scan me. I want to share one more thing with y'all. We are having a bus tour that is leaving out of Dallas, Texas, May 30th and 31st, and it's called the TV Media Tour. And we're going to be going from Dallas to Killeen, Texas. And I'm telling you, Killeen, Texas is about 100 and some odd miles away from here. This TV Media Tour is going to be off the chain, y'all. We're going to have a good time. There is a QR code in the top. You scan that QR code and hold your seat on the bus. Now, listen, when you go to Killeen on this bus, first of all, there's going to be prizes and more. There's going to be TV celebrities there. There's going to be micro photo shoots. We're going to be doing press releases about you. We're going to put you in magazines. We're going to have interviews. We're going to have training. And then we're going to have a nice mixer, all-inclusive media tour, you guys. Only $650 total is what it costs. But you can hold your seat tonight for $99. Get on the bus. I'm telling you, the bus is going to be off the chain. It's going to be a lot happening down there. We're going to be at the main convention center in Killeen. So I'm telling you, get your ticket. You're going to hear more about this as we continue. And I think if I can, let me see if I can get a video started. Let's see. I may need to do a new share. Let's see.
No sound on Zandra.
Oh, well, you do that when you, yeah, okay. Thank you for that. Okay, wasn't no sound, y'all. Let me rewind this thing. Hold on. Uh,
It's all good
okay.
in the neighborhood.
Now I'm totally like flustered. Let me share screen one more time. Let's see if I can get this going one more time. I did not share the sound. How come I don't see share sound? Maybe I'm not supposed to show it. Okay, I don't know what's happening. Let me see if I can share it again. I don't know what happened.
Zandra, you might
Oh,
need to go to your advanced settings.
yeah. It ain't, that's crazy. Okay, y'all know I'm not gonna be outdone. So hold the line. I'm just gonna go back to the video and go directly to YouTube. So hold on one second, y'all. Okay, let me make that big. Let me go back over here and share the screen because I would love for y'all to see it. It's pretty cool. Oh, okay. Okay, you're not seeing this video tonight. I'm sorry. Oh, share sound. They moved it. Oh, okay. Now let's go.
A visionary, a content creator? You feel overwhelmed, not quite sure where to start so that you can make the right impact? Join us for the TV Media Bus Tour, May 30th and 31st. This all-inclusive media event will teach you how to leverage your story, your brand, and your mission so that you can amplify that story on TV and other media platforms. Go to tvmediatour.com and register for this unique master experience. It's time to amplify your story. tvmediatour.com. Register today. Are you an entrepreneur?
Okay, just can't get enough of it. Okay, so that TV Media Bus Tour, get on the bus, Gus. Y'all got to get on the bus because I'm telling you, that's going to be off the chain. And the timing. So timing is everything, right? You got to know timing is everything. So we time this so that you can walk away and have the second half of everything that you need to be in marketing and advertising yourself and building your brand for the second half of the year so you can close strong. Get on the bus. Get on the bus. Y'all need the QR code again. But at any rate, I'm done. It is 7 o'clock. I thank you all for coming. If you all have questions, I can hang out for another 5 to 7 minutes and answer any questions you might have. I thank you for coming. Hopefully some of y'all put your information in the chat, first name, last name, who invited you in your email. We want to get back to you. Anita Newsom, I see you raising your hand.
Hello, Zandra. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Awesome to already be a part of the team. I'm excited about everything going on with us. So one of the questions I had is I'm actually putting together a media kit. And so one of the questions that someone I had approached about doing an episode on our channel was asking me about the demographics. So I'm like, okay, I definitely need this information to complete my media kit. So how do we get more demographics about our reach?
Yeah, well, demographics and reach, two different questions. So demographics, let's talk about demographics. I ain't got no optics inside nobody's house, and I don't really know because I always tell you, if my granddaddy was using my phone to watch something, but it's my phone. It's my phone. I'm a woman, but he a man. So I really don't know that. But here's how I have measured this, y'all. I have looked at the percentage of people on my mailing list, got a pretty decent mailing list, and it looks like about 90% female. Now that's what I can tell you. I can't tell you really the age group. Eventually we're going to do some demographic stuff to try to see if we can get that information, but at the end of the day it's a high concentration of women, but there's some men too. We got a lot of some shows with that are ran by men, and so we've got some men, but it's about 90% women. Yeah, did I answer that, Anita?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so
All
much.
right, perfect. Yeah. Any other questions? Comments? Okay, well, listen, put your information in the chat. We'll be in touch with you. We're excited about this micro network. We know that this works. We know that you need to be global and become that global mogul that you dream about. This is a reality. This is how people are ingesting information. If you want to be different, you want to show up and serve the world, the authentic you, then come join us at Zandra TV Network. We would love to have you. So until I see you again, peace and blessings to all of you. Bye.
Thanks, Zandra. Blessings to you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sandra.
Thanks,
Peace and
Sandra.
blessings, Sandra.
Sandra.
Great
Good
May
night.
we email you questions?
Peace and blessings. Good night, Queen.
Peace and blessings.
She's probably in here. Zandra, I think someone asked if they could email you questions.
Absolutely. Who
You.
asked?
Mary B.
Is she still on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still on
She's
Sandra.
still here.
Oh yeah, Mary Bill, yeah.
She-
Yeah, you got my email. I was like, I thought I had to give the email. Absolutely.
Sandra.
Hi.
Barbara
Okay.
Fennell.
Hi,
I'm
Barbara
sitting here
Fennell.
trying
You
to
look
figure out
amazing.
how, and Cheryl gave me a great idea, because you know what space I'm in is business finance,
Yes.
that, you know, I can, when I'm thinking globally, I wasn't thinking globally, and she gave me an idea that I never thought about. Is, I'm sorry, I had something in my mouth, Zandra, and my computer lost power, so that's what kicked me off, and I had to come back on. But anyway, she gave me this thought. She says, Barbara, you're getting funding for people in the United States who might want to get financing so they can sell globally. You're not thinking outside the box. And I was like, that was an aha moment, because I keep saying, I'm just local here in the US. And she says, no, people want to reach globally, and you can help them get their money to market their products globally.
Absolutely.
So yeah, so that was an aha moment when I couldn't figure out how this would work for me.
That's good.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you for coming, Barb.
of
Yeah.
course. Yes, you're welcome.
All right.
So I put my information in there for you guys to reach out. This is not my first time hearing about this, Sandra, but it was like above my head, you know, like, what does this mean for me, kind of thing.
It means you better get on this TV and stop playing.
I know, right? Okay.
That's what it means. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Oh, all right, y'all. Well, listen, y'all have a good rest of your evening, and I thank you for spending time with us.
You're
Bye.
welcome.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Good night.